I have a huge complaint about car seats.
Tell us, Ryan.
So there's a portion behind it where you're supposed to pass the belt through. On the car seat that we have, it is 100% not made for a father to allow to pass his hand through. It's just big enough for my wife to pass her hand through. Like it's literally designed for a woman's arm to pass the belt through. You can't do it if you have a large hand.
Okay.
It's like, why did they do that? Like it's just these, this plastic hole, and I see there's an extra inch they could have like made it bigger, and they didn't. They didn't think about it, or they're like, who's going to install this thing? What can we do to make it look more attractive? We don't want this hole to be too big, do we? It just has to be big enough for the belt to pass through, and a mom's hand to push it through. I've just lost my mind trying to get that car seat buckled in.
Dude, I can't get this thing in.
You're trying to get it in, and the kids are crawling around the car, or they're waiting in the house, or something like that, or worse, like running around the car, or something like that. Oh my God.
Yeah, and you're
hot outside.
Around, yeah, that's a day. Those are fun dad days, you know. You're trying to do something nice and just do anything. You're like, I'm gonna throw this car seat out the car right now.
I pushed for us to move my son into the booster seat earlier than my wife wanted to. Like, she wanted to keep, him in the full car seat for longer. But being in the full car seat meant that we had 2 car seats in the back seat that were taking up all the space, and because the toddler was back facing, they were essentially, and how bulky they are, like they're basically right next to each other, looking at each other in the face and just tormenting each other no matter where we drove. And so moving him into a booster gave extra space for them to be separated from each other. And that was like a huge development.
Are your kids car kids? Like, are they good in the car? Are they, are they screamers decent in the car? Are they okay?
So we just got back from a family cabining trip, not camping, but we were in a cabin. We were up in the woods.
Cabining, I like
and
that.
It's about a 9-hour drive to get out to this cabin. The way up there, we left butt crack of dawn. Like, we left, I think, like at 3:30 in the morning, and so we got about 4 hours under our belt before they started, getting kind of antsy. They woke up and then they started like, where are we? Like, I need a pee, that sort of thing. And then getting up there, there was about 2 more good hours, and then it turned into, we have to pull over every half an hour to let them run around because they were losing their mind. For some reason, on the way back after a week of being in the cabin, they were just chill about it. And we drove home middle of the day, 9 hours, and they fussed a little bit, but they were on board and they were fine. So it probably might have been a fluke. I don't know. But the ride home was way better than I thought it was going to be.
That's always good. Yeah, our kids tend to be good car kids. I have some. So that's the one saving grace when they were little is car kids. I know we could get them in the car and they'd pass out.
Oh man,
like, they were good.
So my firstborn, it was almost hilarious. Like, he would be like angry that we were trying to put him down for a nap. We'd put him in the stroller or the car seat, and he knew, like, this is gonna make me fall asleep. How dare you? Why are you doing this to me? And then we start the engine, and he'd be like raging, and then just be like, oh. he couldn't not pass out. Like, if he was in a moving stroller or a moving car, like, he couldn't be awake. And it was our retreat. Like, we would be like, we're taking you on a nap drive. It's just, this is going to be our only sanity.
Yeah. No, we would do that. We would take like date nap car drives, just talk.
Yeah, totally.
We would just sit in it, and we would drive for like, an hour just around, just up and down, like a big loop, and it worked. I'm like, why not? At this point, we're so tired.
That's money well spent. Like, you go blow $20 in your gas tank to get your kid to sleep. It feels worth it.
I'm good. I feel good. You're like, this is great. I don't have to rock him because I would be so sore. I mean, for hours of holding it, you'd be so sore and in pain. You're like, you don't realize it. You're like, you're right. I'm not a spring chicken anymore.
I blew out my shoulder.
Oh my! From holding your kid.
Yeah.
No way.
And Steve did the same thing. Steve blew out his shoulder too. It was from carrying, but also because, like I said, my firstborn wouldn't sleep without being touched. So I was sleeping every night with him tucked right here, and I completely blew out my shoulder.
Oh my
And
gosh.
it took years for it to heal. Like, and
Jeez.
that on top of all the other issues and stuff.
Insomnia and everything
Yeah,
else,
and
jeez.
like I said, like it took forever for me to heal from things like cuts and bruises and sore muscles and stuff took extra long to heal. But unfortunately, my daughter wouldn't she wouldn't fall asleep in a stroller. She wouldn't fall asleep in the car. She was
Dang, so
fine.
the
Like
opposite
she
problem.
wouldn't throw fits in the car most of the time, like every kid has
Yeah.
their day. But man, there's nothing you can do to make her fall asleep. She falls asleep when she wants to. Where like being able to like cause our firstborn to go to sleep, it was more of a miracle than we realized at the time. I had this plan because I would take him on long walks in a stroller so my wife could,
Yep.
work with clients and stuff like that. I would go out and walk the neighborhood for like 2 hours. And the
Mhm.
moment I stopped pushing it, he would wake up.
Yep.
I had this plan to like put together a device where I could bring the stroller home once he fell asleep and hook the wheels into a device that would like vibrate the whole
Just
stroller to make him think
yeah.
it was still moving.
Literally, that was our first one, same thing. You stop it, like,
Oh,
it's just like, boop,
it's
like,
an on
"I'm
and off
awake."
switch. It's so
You're
weird.
like, "What?" I remember with red lights, we would be
Oh yeah.
driving, and this would be, like, the last stinking sleep story, but red lights, you'd be seeing, "Oh, and there's like, oh, there's a red light, there's a red light, there's a red light. No, we can't hit this red light. He's gonna wake up, and he's gonna scream, and then we can't." And so we would, like I would do everything I can to, like,
Uh-huh.
idle and just still keep moving
You see that the
and,
light's
like
turning and you're just slow way down, like, I gotta keep it rolling.
yeah.
Yeah, totally. I did that
Gotta move.
dance.
I can't just how do I and then I have the AC on just for, like, sound, like, white just
Yeah.
anything just to keep it consistent, and I turn it up just like, "Nope, nope, nope, nope." And, like, the car, it's like, "Come on, green, 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 green," and then, oh my gosh, it was just constantly it was a game. It became fun, like, had to make it fun because otherwise I'm gonna go insane, but
So
how do we hit every green light?
here's my last sleep story, I swear. But this is a funny one. We decided to go to Maui for a big family vacation. We got the grandparents and the
Okay.
siblings to go. So, anyways, that all that doesn't matter. But we were on the flight there, and we basically take like a red eye. We're like, oh, surely he'll
Mhm.
sleep during the night. He didn't sleep
Oh my
one
gosh.
moment on the plane. It's like a 6 hour flight. Everyone around us, like he wasn't screaming and crying, but he wanted to crawl all over everything. He wanted to play. He wanted to
Oh,
run
no.
in the aisles. Everyone around us is just like looking at us like you're that person with the kid. You're the person with the kid on the
Yeah.
flight. And we're like, we're so sorry. I swear to you, the moment the plane put down its flaps and its landing gear and started slowing down to land, passed out in the seat. And we like took a picture of him. We're like, what the hell? And everyone around us was like, what? Now? We're
No.
about to get off the plane. Now he's asleep?
Gosh. And you're just like, "I am" and I have to, like, go now and have energy and, like, I
Yeah.
the things you don't plan for, you try to plan. You're like, "Oh, he'll sleep," and then you're like, "Nope, that's out the window.
Yeah.
Nope, nope,
You
nope,
can't.
nope,
You
nope."
can't.
Dude,
You hope, but you can't
you
plan.